Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Lee. I come from Bukit Mertajam, the northern part of Peninsular Malaysia, and now I'm staying in Johor, the southern part of Peninsular Malaysia, in a town called Kluang. Okay, so welcome everyone, welcome. You know what I'm doing now? Yes, actually I'm guiding. I'm sharing my knowledge with potential candidates for MUET, Malaysian University English Test. I call it MUET, but I do hear people saying MUET, and I have students asking me whether I could teach them MUET. So there are people who say, oh, Malaysian University English Test. So they are all the same. So it's okay. Whether you say MUET like me, or you say MUET, or you spell MUET, is okay, because all these are actually acronyms. Acronyms are the first letters of the full word. Even if you say Malaysian University English Test, I should say it's okay, I accept. Okay? So I'm actually at the second video. Now you know that before this, I had already uploaded reading, listening, and speaking. This is the last part, writing. And this is task 2. Okay, I actually didn't write task 2, did I? Oh yeah, it's there, task 2. Because you know why? Before 2021, the MUET paper, especially the writing paper, actually task 1 was not what has changed. Before 2021, task 1 was actually writing an essay based on a graph or a chart or a pie chart or a table. And then in the year 2021, task 1 changed. The task 1 question changed actually. So until now is 2024. So now you don't have to write anymore an essay based on a graph or a table or a pie chart. For now, starting 2021, task 1, you have to write, you have to reply to an email or an informal letter. And that I have already taught you in the last video, 2 videos ago. So last video, I started teaching task 2, introduction. So I taught you, and I told you that introduction consists of 4 parts: hook, background information, stand, thesis statement. This stand is for argumentative essay. So if it is not an argumentative essay means do you agree? Then you say, oh, I agree, I totally agree, I partially agree, I disagree. That is argumentative. So if it is not an argumentative essay, you don't have to write stand. You directly jump to thesis statement. So that will be 3 parts. Okay? So you know now that task 2, you are given, I'm not given, but you are supposed to know how to write discursive essays. Discursive essays are actually discussion topics whereby you have no stand. It's like you are standing very high and you're looking at the whole picture. So you talk about the good, the bad, the strengths and the weaknesses. So towards the end, you give us a very clear picture of the topic. So you don't say I agree, I disagree, or I partially agree. The second one that you have to know is, just now I mentioned, argumentative essays, whereby you need to have a stand. Whether you agree, you disagree, or you partially agree. And then the last one is problem-solving essays, whereby you are supposed to know how to solve a problem, or you are supposed to write why such a problem occurs, why there is such a problem. Okay? So you'll be like something like causes, effects, reasons, or the ways to solve the problem. Okay? Now remember that whether it is part 1 or task 1 or part 2, task 2, for the writing paper, you are not given a choice. That means you're only given one question and you have to answer that question. There is no choice for you. Okay? Now, looking at this test 2, video 2, this test 2 is called paper 800/4. 4 stands for paper 4. 250 words at least minimum. 60 marks is the full marks if you can write a perfect essay. And then 50 minutes. Now this 50 minutes, I totally agree. If I were to write an essay, 250 words minimum, I may reach to 300 words. I think I will need 50 minutes. You know what? You can't just take a pen and start writing as you think you write. You know, I won't do that. I will definitely have a draft. Like I will write introduction, short form. I write intro. Then I will write hook. I just write H, and then I will write background information, which I'm going to teach now. I will just write BI, and then I will write stand if I'm writing an argumentative essay, and then I will write TS for thesis statement. I will do that on a separate piece of paper. Then I will plan my essay, my introduction. After I plan, then I will think of my 3 main points. What are the points? Very short notes. And then I plan everything in my brain, but I follow what I have written. This is what I will do. That is why sometimes students don't do that. They just take the pen and they start writing. And then what happens? In the middle, they discover that, oh, I missed this line. Then they start coming with the arrow, you know. You'll put a V shape, an upside down V, and then they draw an arrow, and then they start using the pen and start cutting this, cutting that, cancelling this and cancelling that. Imagine you are the person correcting. You see a messy piece of written work. And the thing is, this candidate is going to the university. Wow. See what I mean? Alright. Introduction, I have already taught you hook. Hook can be 1 or 2 sentences. Do not write like this. Other languages, no comments. But English, no. Alright, don't write this much for your introduction, 1 page, and then 2nd page. You start writing your content. I say no, okay? Not to say I say no, but it is a no. Now, hook I have already explained in 1 or 2 sentences is enough. And then you go to the background information. So if your hook means to say an attractive sentence which will attract the your readers. Example, what is pollution? Or according to Albert Einstein, what did he say? You know, hook. I taught you already in the first video. So your hook can be 1, can be 2 sentences. If your hook has 2 sentences, your background information will be the 3rd sentence. If your hook has 1 sentence, that means your background information will be the 2nd sentence. Okay? So I have given you here 6 different parts which you can choose. Just choose one, identify. Maybe you like this style. Your 3rd line or your 2nd line, you write a history of the topic. For example, the internet came about in the 1980s. Or the internet was born in 1983. But remember, the difficult part is for history, you need to use the past tense. After that, change back to the present tense. This is the scary part. Some students, they just cannot switch. So if you are worried that you do that, so I suggest you use others. There are still 5 more to choose from. So definitely this topic is about the internet. Whatever you write, you must write the topic. You must write about the topic. Do not go out of the topic. If the topic is internet, you just focus on the internet. You don't bring other things inside. Okay? So, or you can say Malaysia achieved independence on 31st August 1957. Or Malaysia was formed, see, in 1963. Give the date. The date should be 16 September 1963. Past tense. So that topic will be related to our country. maybe patriotism, how we show patriotism and love for our country, how, okay? For this, definitely. Maybe the topic is the importance of the internet. Or it could be the internet has more advantages than disadvantages. Do you agree? Or the benefits of using the internet. Or the importance of the internet to students. You see, it can be anything, but the main point is you're writing about the internet. And then you can write about, if you like, you can write about a current event. Now you know, as MUET students, you need to know about current issues in our country or outside our country, but mostly our own country. After all, it is a Malaysian university English test. But if you write about the world current issues, it's okay. There's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong at all. So you must know current issues because the questions will come out asking you to write about current issues, not things that have happened before and it's not no more happening. No. So if you're writing like this, then you can take one current event to support your answer through background information. Now, here I've given you one. Now today is July 2nd of July 2024. I tell you now this current issue. In July we are going to have this. The National STEM Festival 2024 is a nationwide event to foster critical thinking, creativity, and a passion for STEM. I'm sure you know what is STEM, current issue. Okay, STEM is S for science, T for technology, E for engineering, M for mathematics. So this is a current event. It's happening this month. So you can, in your second or third line, when you want to provide the background information, give a current event to back up the topic. Like this, I'm showing you an example. Okay, so the question definitely is about STEM. Example, the importance of STEM in this era of science and technology. Or should students be encouraged to learn STEM? Should students be encouraged to have a passion for STEM? Or should students choose STEM in their studies? Or should STEM be promoted in all secondary schools in Malaysia? Example only. Okay? So you know what critical thinking is. The ability to think of the good and the bad. That's called critical thinking. Creativity, I'm sure you know what it is. And a passion. Passion is a love for something. Or you can, in your background information, you can write about the causes of something. This is definitely a problem-solving question. So you can write the causes of the problem, why this problem happens. For example, discipline problems or disciplinary problems is the same. Among students are caused by cognitive development and socio-economic background. Then only you continue with your STEM, your thesis statement. So you can choose to write the cause, but no STEM. If it is a problem-solving essay, no STEM. Directly go to the thesis statement. So you can mention this. You can write what is caused by. What is cognitive development? Normally starts from 6 years old. Cognitive development is the ability to think and reason out something. Thinking and reasoning, that's called cognitive. It has to do with the brain, the function of the brain, your thinking skills and your ability to reason out something. That is called cognitive development. And then social economic, I'm sure you know. Social represents the society. The society actually affects us. We are influenced by things around us in the society. So that's why you have problems happening, okay, among teenagers or even adults. Economic would be more towards a family, the financial situation of your own family. So that's why there are researches done. Children or teenagers who live in low-cost housing, in another higher-end houses, or middle income people staying in those types of houses for middle income people. All this, where they live actually affects, or it has a great influence on the development of young people. So whether they have discipline problems later on. So your financial status, where in simple terms, whether you come from a poor family, a rich family, or a middle income family, it does affect your character, the way you behave, your conduct, and so on. And you can choose this if you like. In the importance of the topic, that means the topic, why is this topic important? You can use it as your background information. Example, forests are very important because they help in ecological balance and support the food chain. This is an example. So it could be your second line, could be your third line. So looking at this, you will know. Okay, like this one, I'm sure you know the topic must be maybe how to solve disciplinary problems in secondary schools. Should be that, because that's why you give the courses first, then only you say how to solve the problem. For this, definitely it's about the importance of forests, or forests and humans, forests and living things, or it could be the importance of forest conservation, or why must we conserve forests? How important are forests to us? It's okay as well as a topic. So important is whatever you write in your introduction, you must always refer to the question, the topic. So here, why are forests important? So you directly answer the question. Ecological means living things, a balance of living things. You can't have many people and don't have animals and plants. At the same time, you can't have many animals and less people. That's the meaning. But then there must be a balance. And of course, forests are important because they support the food chain. I'm sure you know what is the food chain. Okay? Like you eat something, eat you back. Like fish, is it not? Fish eat maybe a microorganisms, and then we eat fish. Something like this, the food chain. Okay? So this one definitely talking about the importance of forest conservation in this case. Okay? And then E and F. Now if you remember my video before this, I did mention definition in hook. That means you can start your essay with a definition. Pollution is what? Okay? Or example, diabetes. Diabetes is what? Dyslexia is what? Definition. You can start like this. So in that situation, your definition becomes a hook as well as the background information. So that means once you have defined what is dyslexia, if you can ask what is dyslexia. Dyslexia is a condition. Or you can directly start with dyslexia is a condition whereby a person has an inability to read and write, or spell and read. In that situation, if you start directly with a definition, it means to say you are using it as a hook and also as a background information. So you can directly go to your thesis statement. But if it is an argumentative essay, then after your definition, your stand, and then your thesis statement. So in that situation, if it's not an argumentative essay, you start with the definition. You can give two, one definition and one supporting sentence to support the definition, or just definition, one sentence, directly you can go to the thesis statement. Okay? Same as this one, facts. I also mentioned facts in hook, because using facts like statistics, like according to statistics, 60% of the population of Malaysia is youths. Then you can continue by saying that is why they are very important in our country. So you have two sentences, then you can go to your thesis statement. But if it is an argumentative, you have to put your stand and then thesis statement. So let us say 2, 3 or 4 sentences should be fine. Okay, you don't have to write a long one as I mentioned just now. No need to. Okay, that is why I did not give you examples because you might confuse you. So I'm just telling you now. For this definition, you can take it as a background information. You can also take it as a hook. So that means 1 or 2 sentences. Facts is the same thing, 1 or 2 sentences, and then you directly go to your thesis statement. Mention your 3 main points. Then you can go to the body. Okay? So I hope you are enlightened, you will understand. Okay? So do give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to buy my book, my grammar books, book 1, book 2, or both, please remember to WhatsApp to me. And if you want to learn oral or speaking, you can go to my TikTok or my Instagram. Okay, the rest I think you know what to do, what you are watching now, my YouTube channel. Okay, so that's all. I will see you again in my next video, whereby I will teach you to write your stand if you need to, and then your thesis statement how to write. I'll give you examples, and then later on I will teach you how to write the body, the content point, and then I will teach you how to write the conclusion, and that's the end. Okay, so goodbye everyone, and see you in the next video.